Good early afternoon. Well, the second nice day. It's even cooler today. Love it. Finally, that heat and humidity's gone. This is the way it's supposed to be at this time of the year in very late September. On this video here, I'm going to try to keep things short. It's easier said than done. I want to get you a close-up. I'm going to take the camera up on that connection up at the where the coax ties into the ground wire and the long wire. I use good old Scotch 33 electrical tape. So I'm going to show you a close-up of that connection up there. Now, I want to make a point clear. Maybe there's a misunderstanding or not by one of my viewers. The wire comes in here. It does not come in the building this way. See how that goes down? It does not go in the building. This is the snowblower shed. If you look, there's plastic wire holders there and there. And at the other end, right here, it goes up, not down, up and into the shed under the eaves, about 1 inch from the bottom of the roofing plywood, because I got 3/4 inch insulation on the inside. So no water's going to travel that. One of my viewers said that water could be coming to the coaxial shield. Even if that happened, it's got to go uphill, and water's not going to go uphill. If you look here, yes, the coax runs down. I don't know if you can see that, and I can't tell in the little tiny viewfinder. At that point, if water did get in the coax, there's going to be so little water that gets in there. It's got copper shield, by the way, not aluminum. It's going to be virtually nothing by the time it gets down there. So this Scotch 33, which I'll show you a close-up when I get up in there, is not going to allow any water to get in there. That's good tape. There's no way it's going to get any water in there. Unfortunately, I screwed up and didn't put a lightning arrestor in there. One of my viewers says I got so many trees that aren't protected, so I don't know. I'm not sure about that, but hopefully, because I'm not going to cut all that open and put a lightning arrestor in, and then I'd have to cut into the, in other words, I'd have to take all the tape off of that again, and the wire, the coax is already pre-cut, already ran in the shed, and already in the back of the radio, or is going to be. It's cut to length to reach the back of the radio. So I'd have to replace all the coax. I'm not going to do that. I'm not doing this job over again. Okay, here's the close-up of it. We'll get you on the other side here, but the sun's going to be in the lens, so nothing I can do about it. Okay, as you can see, there's a part of this long wire comes, it's all one continuous piece and comes down to the coaxial. Okay, now there isn't much I can do about it. This is all stapled in here. And there's a bungee, a wire tie, about 3 of them are going around this tree. And this is Scotch 33 tape. There's no way water's going to get in there, but I'm going to put another layer over that. Now, in order for me to install a lightning arrestor, I would have to break this open. The braid, I got double tape on this. I got double tape all through here. And I'm going to put another layer on it, so there's no way water's going to get in there. No way in Jose, as the saying goes. Now, I was going to loosen this probably 4 or 5 inches, so that the wire, as you can see down there, the wire is not really that tight. And put the bungee cord in here, and then if the bungee cord rotted out, this wire would sag, but it wouldn't fall down. But you know, there's plenty of give in that. Look at how tight I can make that. You know, I don't think I need anything in there. I don't think I need anything in there. That size of that tree there, if that starts swaying any more than a couple of inches at the point where the wire's going in, we're in big trouble. We won't even be here. We'll be blown away. This is a much smaller tree, but I've seen winds blow some of these trees, but it's way up high that, you know, and you don't really see any movement at this point. So I think I'm good. I don't think I even need the damn bungee cord. I'm not going to disturb it, because if I try to bring this out more, I'm going to have to modify this and bring the wire, probably take the staples out of here and bring the wire over more here. There's nothing I can do about this angle. In other words, this is, I think one of my viewers was saying water will run down this way, you should have a loop. I agree, but that's probably if you don't tape this up. I'm sure a lot of guys, when they put these things up, may not tape this and might just put or a little bit of tape on it. I got this so waterproof now, there's no way water's going to get in there. And I'm going to tape from here. Instead of here, I'm going to put some tape there and start there and go all the way over. Anyways, I don't think I need the bungee cord, because this is not as tight as I thought it was. It looked like it in the ground. Let me pull this. And you see how much slack I got in that white wire? Sorry about the sun and the lens, but there's nothing I can do about it. I hope you can see that all right. This video is going to be long again. There is only one way to get a loop in this, and that is to bring this antenna way down here. Then your loop can go, you'll have plenty of slack in here, and I can put the loop where I want it. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to lose reception and everything else, and it's going to bring me closer to the shed and pick up more RFI, you know, the interference from the CFL and the LED lights, which generate a lot of noise. So I'm going to leave it alone. I'm not going to mess around with, I'm not going to worry about a loop. I'm not going to get it. Well, little water goes on there. See how thin this wire is? This is 14 gauge. It's going to be mount to anything. A couple drops, never going to get in there. No way, even if you didn't tape it. All right, so let me do that. I just wanted to give you a close-up of this on the roof here so you can see how I did it. And I got the ground wire stapled and gently stapled the coaxial. This is RG58. I mean 59 rather. I thought it was 58. It is copper shielded, but it is not 58, it's 59. The writing is faded, and I had to get my lighted handheld microscope thing there and read it. It is RG59, which don't matter anyways. Okay, you can see I put another layer of tape on it. I'm trying to block the sun from coming in the lens here. And I took out the staple here so we get a little bit little better loop, so the water will not even approach this area. So I got it started up more with taping here and went all the way over to here, so there's definitely waterproof. I'm very confident of that. So that's fine, and I decided I don't need no bungee cord on that. This is solid wire anyway, so the wire will probably break before anything else. Okay, that's all I'm going to do until I get the ground rod. And I'm going to leave this ground rod in. When I get the regular ground rod, I'm going to try all these other areas here, in this area. and see if I can get a good place. And then I can always, if I find I have to go way over here, for instance, all I have to do is just add to that white wire and just bury it underground and bring it over to here. And if I can get it in at least 2 feet, I'll be happy. Otherwise, if I only can get it in a foot, I'll leave that and I'll just get a small ground rod here, or I might get one and cut it down, because there's no point in getting a 6-footer. Of course, you can put them horizontally. I've had that suggestion made, and I know about that, but don't guarantee. With all the rocks we got around here, you can only get a few inches into the ground. It almost pays just to bury the ground wire into the ground, but the ground wire would have to be bare, and that's not easy stripping that big lengths of that stuff.
What did you call the airport? Okay, getting all subconscious.
10 of 7.
He goes, that's not what the name of the airport, it's Skinny Atlas. It's like a book, like Skinny Atlas. I said, are you serious? How do you get Skinny Atlas out of scant needles? He goes, how do you get scant needles out of Skinny Atlas? Well, we were kind of out of draw at that point. N1 PCG.
Yes, there was a state senator who was running around, and she was talking about Schenectady. No, I can't remember what she said. It was something like skinny needles.
Take quite a while to get over, and hopefully you'll make the best of it, and things will heal up okay. And let's see. Yeah, Chuck, sorry about that. I got the modulator and the RF decks mixed up. Yeah, it's 8. I knew it was an 810 RF deck on 40, and I forgot it is 304 TL modulator. So, yeah, it sounds good. That's the important thing. And Gary, I'm running just T368 here, just using a D104. And thank you for the good signal report. It's always good to hear that. The antenna work was worthwhile. So I'll keep it moving with the group in here. See what other people have to say. Go ahead, Kelly. This is KD3HT.
He's on 36. Not sure if they're really supposed to be down that low or not, but I usually get them.
They had there. Someone that came out of the village, and of course they could.
I usually get them about here.
Whistle on it, and it would make smoke, I guess, by a little pulley stuck down the smokestack there.
And that would be 35, 36, 37. Yeah, almost 38. But then don't expect the needle to be perfectly right on. The dial, I should say.
And they had, I'm going back in the days of remembering from all those years ago. Maybe that wasn't so large because time has a way of shrinking things, and when you go back and see it now, if it was the same exact layout, maybe it wouldn't have been so big, but it would seem quite big to me. And I remember the big controls, the transformers that they used with the levers on them to vary the speeds and reverse them and all that kind of thing. So, I mean, for a child at 5 or 6 years old, which I was at the time, it was a very thrilling thing to see, Mark.
Yeah, W2P5K and SRE. Well, there was probably G gauge, what they call G is in giraffe, or gigantic. Yeah, G gauge, they were quite large, and that was vintage, before World War II.
You can see where I got the antenna here. I just got it tacked in. The shield is on the ground terminal over here. And of course the center conductor's on the antenna screw. Okay, we've got several stations in here. We're going down a little bit in frequency.
Quite a bit smaller.
Wow, especially if you're wearing a white shirt.
I've got some nice ones.
There's two different guys in there between the sidebanders.
They, well, like when you go into the clubs and stuff and they stamp your hand and then you have to hold it under the ultraviolet or whatever that is, and it glows bright, sort of lime or something.
No, this is the powder. You powder it on surfaces, look for fingerprints.
Hey guys, just got the dinner call. I gotta run. I'll be back though after dinner. What, they don't slide it under your door?
He said he's got the ones.
Yes, he did, didn't he? Some company over. They were taking a nap. I guess they woke up too. No, I'm not gonna be rude. I'll be back. W2BTK. There goes Billy the Kid riding off into the sunset. Hold on a second, Kevin. Give me a moment here. This is the tune-up. Well, he loves his trains and.
Okay.
You're listening on the Hammerlin HQ180 for a change.
All right, what's this one here now? This is
On the homebrew 304.
at 36.
Hey Gary, I'll see what I come up with here in my files. I have you probably not interested in building something like that, but
These aren't the guys on 3873 because that's almost on 38 on my dial here. So this one's definitely on 36. So I'm not sure where the band actually starts. There's a lot to remember, you know, if you're a ham operator, and I'm not, of course. You have to remember the bands and stuff, and that's difficult.
In the pie, so I can adjust it.
But 36, I think, may be okay, unless the radio's way off.
It wasn't quite textbook, there's, you can calculate what the... interesting to talk to with lots of experience and lots of different things. I was passing it to King
3705. 3705 and change.
KB3, is it KB3 or KD3? It's probably KB3HT. Steve. 73 W1 EHW Austin.
73, Gary, have a good dinner and good to hear you out here. Hopefully your hand and wrist come around quickly.
37. 39. I figure my math here, I'm no good at it. 3705.22.
1,000 volts DC to
3884. 3885, okay. Those are the guys I usually turn that off.
systems.
These guys I usually listen to too.
The amount of DC they needed with those high amp ratings.
All right, 3885. Well, there you can see it on the
kettle. You know, everything was contained. You couldn't see the arc or anything like that because everything was inside a metal. It's amazing the amount of ingenuity that we had and the importance of mercury at the time to make these rectifiers. I've seen the smaller scale mercury rectifiers in actual use. Yeah,
I got my lights on. I didn't have to turn any lights off. Now, if I didn't ground that coax,
it's just some,
it would be a racket right here now.
Huge sets, mercury arc rectifiers, where they probably use many gallons of mercury in there. What did they do with that mercury at some point in time? I'm sure they didn't dump it out. It doesn't. I don't think it really gets contaminated. They just simply probably refine it in some fashion, but and reuse it for some other purpose, maybe in CFL bulbs or something like that, or fluorescent bulbs, or even neon signs. I know they all use mercury.
WWV 10 megacycles. The first time.
23 hours, 17 minutes, coordinated universal time.
The first time I got WWV on this radio. Alright, 15 as close as I can get it here. Very difficult. Alright. This band here is pretty dead. I think that's my generator. It's putting out 15 megacycles. I'm on 16. I went past 15 purposely. All right, let me admit, I think that might be it. Yep. All right. Let's see if I get WWV now. All right, that's reading about 14. 1480. I don't know. But no WWV. Okay, so no WWV on 15. I'm sure I won't get anything on 20. Went past it. I can't see that. It's too small. No. Alright, so not going to get nothing on that band. This band is basically dead. I'm getting what sound like WWV or something similar on 26 megacycles, but it can't be 26 because that's what I've got on the signal generator right here. Okay, here's 30 megacycles. And we're reading right here where my finger is. We're reading 30 megacycles. Let's see where the dial is. The dial is on 30. Okay, so that one's right on.
Someday we're going to be able to get the speed of light. We'll be able to go anywhere. No, you won't. Our closest star is, I think, what, 5.6 light years away. So traveling at 186,000 miles a second, it's going to take you 5.6 years to get there. And that's the nearest star.
Well, how do the aliens do it?
Well, see, now they know what they're doing, right? They use wormholes, and they bend space and time. That's why they're going to be able to do it. Travel at the speed of light and forget it. Don't
don't even think about that because that's just a waste of time. They have to bend space and time, like if you take a piece of paper and fold it, okay? So you got a 12-inch piece of paper.
See if I can beat that in there with put the signal generator back on
Go
here.
from one end to the other, but when you take and fold it in half and the two ends are almost touching each other, now you don't have hardly any time at all.
How are you going to do that?
Well, you have to use a wormhole. And there's wormholes out there. There's also black holes too. The only thing is, they don't think you can survive a black hole.
Magic.
3700. I just turned the signal generator off. Okay.
Because there's no...
That just gives you an idea. It's working very well. Alright, it's the next day now. 1:40 p.m. in the afternoon here. And we're on around 7 megacycles.
Yeah, well, I don't mind going to the grocery store. Every once in a while, I mean, if I take a local one. But just to give you an idea, yesterday I went in and I bought a, what do you call it? Here's a can right over there. Corned beef and cabbage, corned beef and hash, whatever. Corned beef hash, that's what it is, yeah. But, well, anyhow, $3.79 for a can at the local grocery store for one of those. And I walked out and spent $35, and I think I had about 6 or 8 items. I got me a great big bottle of cherry Coke, though. Gotta have that. I know it's not good for me, but hey, I'm 76. I can take a little bit that's not good for me right now, I think. K1ATP with K3STN, W2PFY, and how are you hearing Peter? And how are you hearing me? Over.
Okay, Jerry. I hold my breath every time I key this 500 up because I think the high voltage fuse in there is inadequate. Very good. It's K1ETP with this cold. And good morning to you, good afternoon to you, Peter. Yeah, I'm stalking you, Terry, from 75. I was listening on 75, and you guys decided you were going to 40. And I said, I'll never hear them. Band's too long. I switch up here, and the band's very busy, and it's, 3s and 2s and 3s. So I go, maybe I will hear them. And all of a sudden, ka-chunk, your carry came on there, Terry, and boy, you're loud. You're about 40 over. Very, very loud. And Peter, you're about 20 over. 15 to 20 over. I think you said you're only running 100 watts. I'm running right now about 250 output into a ZS6 BKW antenna. What is that, you ask? That's a modified G5 RV. I don't worry that much, but I'm concerned about how people of modest or hardly any means can afford to buy food. It's just so expensive. Like you say, a can of corned beef hash. It's ridiculous. Have you bought any cold cuts lately? I go into the Stop and Shop here in town.
Try to tune up here a little bit. No. I'm not too familiar with this band here. Let's see. It's around almost 8 megacycles, getting close to it. That's not WWV though. Oh well. I must be out of the band there. Not sure if that's 40 meters or what. There's a lot to remember on the ham bands to remember what band is what. I guess if you do it all the time.
What is this ceramic? I mean,
Okay,
why do they call it ceramic? When I think
here
of
it is
ceramic,
another
I think
night.
of, pottery or something.
8:15 p.m. or just about that.
Part number was ceramic. That's all I know. D104C.
Well, the normal D104, the diaphragm is aluminum, right? And you're saying that for the ceramic one, I guess it was the same Rochelle source, but it had a ceramic diaphragm?
Maybe.
I don't know.
All right, let's tune around a little bit.
And they used to
All right, let's go down. Nope, that seemed to be the only active one.
Like the input of the desk kilowatt or the kilowatt because there's no desk. So I have to use the auto tuner in it.
These guys are on 3875 tonight.
Every once in a while it has a mind of its own.
Yeah, I'd probably be happy if you swapped it with a resistor, but you probably already knew that.
I have that issue that I built. The SWR is kind of high, and other than it's not. And I guess it's all, it comes down to a ratio of the turns on the coil. It's like a linked coupled coil. So I guess I got to take some turns off. But I don't know how you adjust that or calculate that. If you have a link, it seems really crazy to...
So it's 3875.
Maybe like say a 1-inch round coil.
No, 35, 36, 37, 3875. Put you on macro here.
Feeding into the coil that resonates with the grid and capacitor and all that. And I'm putting, RF into that. It's, maybe a two-turn link. And you would think that would just be a dead short. Like, I don't understand how that looks like 50 ohms to a driving, device.
Well, it resonates with whatever capacitance is in there, and if you're stepping it up to, thousands of ohms to drive something, which is probably what you're doing, you don't need a lot of ratio. So it'll work. A couple of 3 turns, say on 40 meters. You probably need more down here. I'm really loath to go changing this thing because it works pretty well on all the bands. If you go up on 10, the neutralization is only off just a little bit. So I would rather just deal with it. And when I go to use, got one of these columns exciters. When I go to use that, I don't think it's going to make any difference whatsoever. It'll just dip in a different place, and that'll be the end of the problem. So until then, I'm going to have to put up with this stupid thing.
Here's something. It says Kimtron or Timtron, but he's on 3 megacycles.
You're quite welcome.
And he's got a call-in show. Now, I don't know if this is ham or not.
Be part of this wonderful station. WBCQ, free speech sound for the whole world round. Well, as you do know, when you consume liquids, there's input and there's output.
Well, Christina certainly does that. I had to stop, I don't know how many times. Sorry about
No idea what all this is.
Oh, that's quite all right.
And then I walked right in a pothole, and I twisted my ankle a little bit, and then I'm floating away.
Uh-oh. I'll be floating away soon, so it's time to drain my log, so I'm going to take a little...
That's Tim, all right.
Yes, we're going to play another, MP3 file as opposed to a
Blue Amberol Edison cylinder. Here's Dr. Hook.
3250.
That frickin' wall, which could be spent on.
3250, as close as I can tell.
Rebuild Texas and all other places affected by the 3 hurricanes. Damn. That have roared through and laid things to waste. But that's about as far as I'm going to go with that because my time is to run out. Yes, the time is beginning to run out, and we'll have to head on down the line. Well, there goes the wraps on another broadcast from Radio Tinitron Worldwide. Very respectful in the studio here, Mary Webster and Christina.
Thank you. Thank you.
Both very welcome, and it's good to have you up here.
It's awfully good to be here. Tune in tomorrow.
I don't know, he must have a radio station or something, I don't know.
Out for me. Show will blast forth without error. It won't be a show produced by accident and direct.
3250. All right, we'll turn this off.
Radio Tinitron has been known to be. So we'll see you next time. Sayonara, Iora, Mayora.
Well, that's interesting. I have no idea what that's all about, but it is Tim. WA1HLR in Maine. But I have no idea what the music is, and hopefully I don't get a copyright Nazi strike here with the music. Okay, I think we've given you enough here to give you an idea. The radio's been working really, really well. And I want to thank you for staying with me and through this probably boring video, as most of my videos are. So until we meet again, happy listening.